name's Ken Holloway. Steve Holloway is my son. We are hunting with US Warriors Outdoors. This awesome experience that we're on here, and the way this all came about was that Steve and I used to hunt a lot together when he was younger. That was one of our closest, most important times in our lives together, was our hunting. And Steve eventually went into the military. Spent 15 years or so in the military, and was ultimately, throughout his military career, injured in Iraq. And when that happened, he was shot by a sniper and ultimately wound up spinal damage and partial paralysis, and entered a very dark time in his life. It was very hard for him and the family. Wounded vets that are severely wounded go through a dark period. It's very difficult to come back into the real world, get back into their life, to find their life, because it's never going to be the same. When I did a little research on US Warriors Outdoors, I'm like, wow, this is the outfit. I mean, these are the guys we need to talk to. So I filled out a short little application that basically said, you know, that Steve and I used to hunt together. We hadn't done that for a long time. It'd be exciting to do that. And were there any opportunities? And I sent it to the guys at US Warriors Outdoors. Gene Palumbo got back to me almost instantly, which I was in shock, okay? But the truth is, it happened quick, and Gene did have something that we could do. You know, as a father, I think the biggest challenge when you start dealing with a son that has been, his life has changed. He's injured. He's no longer the person that he was before. And obviously he's embarrassed about that. He's not comfortable with that. As a father, you want to bring him back into that, because he hasn't changed in my heart. He's still my son. And so you try to bring them back to a point to where they're comfortable with doing what life, you know, participating in life, not just being alive, but participating in life and living a life. So that's the biggest challenge, getting them back into that mindset that, hey, you know what, I can still do the things that I enjoy. It's never going to be the same, okay? It's never going to be the same. But the truth is, you don't give it up just because it's not the same. You just continue to participate wherever you can and however you can. And there's lots of opportunities and ways to do that. You just got to get creative sometimes. It's almost impossible to just go do it on your own. Look, the medical facility is pretty good at dealing with the medical issues and all of that. But the truth is, to go back and do the things that you used to do, there isn't really a lot of help out there to tell you how to do the things you used to do. You know, what's possible, what's not possible, and the truth is, with a little creativity, there's a lot of possibilities out there. This experience with US Warriors Outdoors, I'm already seeing Steve be more comfortable with himself, with what he can do. You know, there's not that question in the back of his mind, you know, can I do this? Should I do this? Am I going to be comfortable doing this? The hunt itself, you know, there's a lot of questions in the first time you do this is, you know, what level can I participate at? How comfortable is this going to be? How uncomfortable is this going to be? Can I even really do this? You know, ultimately, do I really have the ability to go out and do this? And the truth is, it's turned out that this experience has been great for Steve, and it's been a lot of fun for Dad. This experience with the US Warriors Outdoors has been not only been safe, but it's been well coordinated. The timing was perfect, you know, and the safety factor, Steve's comfort level was never a question. It was always at the top of the list. And that ultimately was what made it so enjoyable. I mean, the level of Steve's comfort and the US Warriors Outdoors ability to adapt when we got here to whatever was going to be okay with Steve was awesome. It made the whole experience one that we'll never forget.